You know what? I know you were working on being an extrovert, but I think we need to work on your self-love.
Why? What do I need to do? Tell me.
What do you need to do?
Yeah. I'm already taking salt baths.
A lot of positive self-talk. A lot of self-hype manning. I think you need to look into the mirror every day and be like, hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you, you sex beast.
Damn.
Yeah. Look straight into
You want me to say that?
Yes, look straight
Out
into
loud
the camera.
Or in my head?
And
Tell me how it works.
every day in your head is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have like a skincare routine too?
No.
Or like a morning ritual?
Sure, of course.
Okay, so any kind of morning ritual doesn't have to be like skincare or whatever. But for me, it's during my skincare routine where like I will literally just like think to myself like I'm lovable. Like just think about all the positive things about me and like put it into the things that I'm about to put on my face.
Oh, that's a good move.
Yeah, it's less of like ingredients are important and all, but it's more of just about the ritual of it.
I like
the
it.
ceremony.
I believe in that.
Of putting love onto you, into you. It goes into the food too, like just being really appreciative about the food. You do that already, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. It's just more of it.
More.
I
want more.
You can never have enough self-love, honestly.
Okay. That's good to know. Am I looking a little rough? Am I looking like
no?
You're sleep?
You're gorgeous.
Okay.
You know, I'm just saying it can't hurt
Right.
to do more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I believe in that. I really do. I do a little bit of it, but not as detailed as you just went.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Well, look, in addition to what Jade was talking about last week when she was saying that we need to be a little bit more, what was the word?
What was the word? It was about me. Look how great I am.
Yeah, basically just...
That is called...
I forget the exact word she was
like
using.
Self-involved, but like...
You need to be more... It wasn't conceited, but it was something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It'll
Forgot
come.
the exact.
I was actually thinking about this the other day and I couldn't think of the word.
We need to pay attention more. We need to be more present. But yeah, have you been doing that? Have you been taking, like, basically saying, like, I am the best. I am awesome. I am worthy. Not waiting for anyone else to compliment you.
You know, I can't say that I've consciously been doing more of that since I've heard it. But I definitely need to.
I know that I haven't been consciously doing that.
Yeah. And I know I don't do it unconsciously. So it's just not getting done. I need to address it. It needs to be addressed.
At least what I'm consciously not doing is not putting myself down as much as I used to. I used to be pretty hard on myself. Yeah. Were you hard on yourself before?
I mean, I would do it just to be funny, you know?
Like self-deprecating.
Like, oh, I'm so retarded, or, you know, you say things. Yeah, self-deprecating.
Yeah, I'm pretty self-deprecating too.
I don't want to do it anymore.
I'm the best at being self-deprecating. How about that?
That's pretty good.
I am the most self-deprecating.
I like it.
Yeah.
And this week I read Your Word is Your Wand by Florence Scovel Shinn.
That's a great name.
Written in the 1920s.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lady. Wrote a book, published it in the 1920s.
This lady.
But yeah, she's the author of this book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. And then recently, Casey heard a podcast and they were like, "Your word is your wand," and then he wrote it on the board, and I was like, "Why'd you write this on the shopping list? Is it a book?"
We put it on a shopping list for you guys.
Yeah, and I bought it. It's a book.
Yeah, he wants you to digest it.
And I read it. No, I read it to him. Oh, actually, this week.
Like as a story time.
Well, we had a long drive to Beverly Hills, so I was just reading on the way.
I see.
And
you can read in the car?
It's a short read. Yeah, I don't really get dizzy or anything.
Oh, yeah, total.
Some people do.
I do. Anyway, back on track.
Yeah, but I read it. It's just full of affirmations, really powerful affirmations.
Like what?
It really shows you. It
Give
just
me a
shows you.
taste.
Yeah, I'll give you a little taste. So it shows you like, you know, like how to be very cautious with your words and say exactly what you mean, and then don't leave things up for the universe to figure out for you.
Yeah, if you don't give the universe
it's got to be very clear
instructions,
and
the universe will bless you.
And then there's magic words, like things that make it magic, like under grace. You say the thing that you want, and you want it under grace in perfect ways. And so that just eliminates nonsense, right? Where do you want it? Under grace. grace.
What does that mean?
It's like
Explain that to me.
to me it means like under the care of God. Like it's under grace. You know,
Yeah.
it's not.
Assuming God has your best intentions in mind.
Well, you might have to learn a lesson or two on the way. you have
Even
to,
if it's
you
negative,
have to stay faithful.
You have to trust
Yeah. You
in,
have
in
to.
the universe's plan.
You have to get past
In the Almighty.
the really hurtful negative things. Those might be
Necessary
Yeah.
for one's growth.
Absolutely, they're very likely necessary. You're gonna need them. They're a gift.
They are a gift.
So
That's how you get through life.
yeah.
Seeing it that way. Interesting. I like this.
I
Bring that in.
recorded myself reading the whole book.
You basically
Hour and 20 minutes, knocked it out.
You made your own audiobook.
I did.
There was no readily available audiobook for this.
You know, it's because it's such an old book. It actually is available on YouTube, but it's just people reading it. And I thought I could do a better job than the lady reading it. It wasn't like to my standards as far as like,
This is good.
I like being read to.
You are the best.
But it needs to be a good author, like a good reading. Like, tell me the story. Don't just freaking.
That's true.
You
Not
know?
just read it. Like there are some audiobooks that I feel have been ruined by bad readers.
Yeah, Stephen King, he reads his own books. It's terrible. He should have
I
somebody
don't
else.
like it when authors read their own books.
It depends. I like it.
Rarely. Unless you're like a performer who
Yeah.
has experience with it and you read, that's one thing. But like a lot of authors who read their own books usually doesn't end up well.
Yeah.
I thought about this before. I'm like, sometimes when I used to watch a lot of like, Japanese animation growing up, a lot of anime, and then when they would dub it in English, I always thought it was terrible. I'm like, I could have done a better job.
I used to think that too.
I
about the
always
Spanish
think
stuff.
that. What has been on my mind this week?
Yeah, tell
Well, I
me.
told you when we watched that movie at your place last week.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay had never seen this, but I got him to finally watch The Cell, which is like a movie that came out in like I think 2000, long
With
time
Jennifer
ago.
Lopez.
With Jennifer Lopez and Vince Vaughn. And he resisted for a long time because he's like, "Isn't that movie terrible?" And I'm like, you know what?
It looked terrible too.
A lot of people thought it was no, seriously when it first came out, and that's why it wasn't terribly popular when it first came out. But I remember it, and it really left a deep impression upon me. First of all, obviously for the beautiful visuals that it has, you have to
It
admit
does. Yeah,
it has
yeah,
beautiful,
absolutely.
beautifully rendered graphics and imagery, and cinematography and photography in it. It's actually quite lovely. It's rather dark and material. I don't want to really spoil it for anyone, but
Spoiler alert. It's from 2000.
I know, but
because I want you to spoil it for me because I don't feel I really got it. I feel I'm missing something.
Okay, so should I give a small summary then?
Yes, please.
Okay, so
just
Jennifer
do it.
Lopez is basically this therapist, psychiatrist who works with a new technology that allows her to get into somebody's mind. So she's using this right now, mostly to help to treat children. So like there's in the beginning of the movie, there's a child who's in a coma. And so she's trying to help the child by going into his mind using this technology, right? You basically get into the suit, you take a kind of drug that puts you in like a sleepy state. It's almost kind of like a dream state, but you're awake, but you connect with people through this medication that they give you and the technology. That's kind of the setup. The main story is about how the police, in this case represented by Vince Vaughn's character, who's like I think he's FBI. They're trying to they early on in the movie they catch a serial killer. The serial killer is deeply disturbed. He like traps women. He kidnaps them. He puts them in this secluded place. He locks them in this glass or plexiglass booth that fills up with water. He drowns them and then he like turns them into dolls. So he strikes again, and they do catch him early on in the movie, but he suffers a seizure. The bad part of that is that he had already kidnapped a woman and hid her away in his kidnapping cell, and they don't know where this victim is.
But she's alive.
But she's alive. But they can't question him because he's in a coma. So that's how they get Jennifer Lopez's character involved in this because they have her and her company has the technology to go into people's minds. Kind of like, if you think about it, like a very early version of Inception in a way.
Right, totally.
And basically find evidence or try to find out
Find
where
the thought of where you left your
where he left his latest victim, right? So like it's a sci-fi crime thriller.
Yeah.
So you got that part.
Yeah.
So
you make it sound better than it is. I don't know. It just wasn't. I don't know. I was missing something.
It is a slightly dated movie. Like when you watch it now, it's a slightly like dated feeling and a little bit slow. But if you really watch it, you get a lot of great lessons out of it. And even though I had watched it several times, I feel like, especially with a lot of things that I've been meditating on lately, I got more out of it this time during this most recent watch. And what I got out of it this time was, so part of the treatments that she gives, or the way she was able to handle the killer. So she goes into the killer's mind. It's a very dark, crazy place. And at one point, the killer actually, because it's his mind, he's able to manipulate what goes on in there. And in a way, he's able to overpower her with all of his darkness, with all, like, he basically infects her.
Right. I think that part was the confusing part for me, as far as I couldn't tell that was what was happening.
Yeah. So in the movie, when she goes into his mind and she's trying to figure out like where the victim is, she gets glimpses of his past, and she also gets overtaken by an image that looks like a supercharged, super evil, blown up version of him, which is basically, if you consider it, it's like his ego. His ego's out of control, and it basically captures her in his mind. And she actually starts to forget who she is. She forgets what she's there for. She turns into this like kind of evil version of herself, right? And then Vince Vaughn's character is supposed to go in and try to get her to remember who she is. If you think about it, like, if you're around a lot of negativity, it basically can make you forget who you are. Yeah. You can actually get submerged into that world. That's what happened to her. She forgets who she is. That's a deeply spiritual lesson. Super. And she has to have someone to remind her about like where she started and what she's there for. Then she has this idea in order to accomplish her mission and also to help the killer in a way. Like she sees his like terrible childhood, all the abuse he went through. Honestly, he's too far gone, but there's the image of the child that she finds in his mind, the innocent child that had suffered. She wants to help that part of his brain. She actually reverses the feed of the technology so he gets into her mind. So you remember that part of the movie, right? And because she brings the killer into her mind, into her world where she controls everything, and it's her world is beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's all light and it's positive. She's able to reach him better, at least the part of him that was still good. Even though he had turned into this warped being, there was a part in his subconscious, I guess, that was still very good. And she was able to overpower him because he brought her into her world. Think about that. Think about the spiritual lesson in that. If you're surrounding yourself, if you try to go into if you basically stoop to someone's level or go onto their turf and it's not the most positive, it's actually quite toxic, you'll probably be swept up in the toxicity. If you bring someone into your world and you've done a lot of work and you're very aware and you're very mindful and you approach it with loving kindness and compassion, you have probably a likelier chance of creating like a better environment for them, or providing a safe environment where they can see better. Let's say they have a chance of recourse of coming back. And when you apply that to the modern society, I was starting to think like, let's say you know about cancel culture, right?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's basically like if someone or a company. Usually, it's either a famous person or a company. A company does something or says something that people find to be reprehensible or politically incorrect or what have you, and people are like, "Let's cancel this person." Cancel, like hashtag cancel whoever it is. It's basically saying like, "You're wrong. You're terrible. We're going to cancel you. No, we're not going to support you anymore."
Yeah.
I understand the thinking behind that because you want to hold someone accountable. I get that. On the flip side of that, are you really able to help someone see a different point of view if you don't make an attempt to have a discussion with them first before you just push them away? Like, is that really going to be helpful to you? So I was drawing that back to the movie where if someone is not seeing you eye to eye or is trying to hurt you or is a negative, before just completely cutting them off, like it's likelier you'll have a better effect on them if you're able to bring them into your world. Show them a different way. Be the example that you wish to see. And let them see that, as opposed to just isolating someone or pushing them away or just cutting them down. Like I think about that with certain family members that I've had that have been difficult, to say the least. But I have found that it's not helpful to just cut them down. People just get naturally defensive, right? They won't want to listen to you. But if at least you state your opinion or you state what your viewpoint is with love, always with love, and you continue to do that, I think that's more effective. Now, you can't force anyone, but you just put it out there and be like, I'm here when you're ready. If they are being rude to you or hurtful, obviously you need to put some boundary, you need to put some space to protect yourself and your loved ones. But the message is still, but I'm not going to leave you if you come and look for me.
Yeah.
When you're ready, I'm always here. I'm not going to just like push you into the tundras and let you figure it out yourself. I think I see that a lot of times with, there's a lot of social, political unrest that goes on right now, right? It's a very divisive world outside, and understandably, people are hurting, people are in pain. But when, I think we're getting a little too deep in this, but if you were to just be like, you're wrong, you're wrong, let's just get with this group of people who agree with me.
Right.
And shun everyone else who disagrees with us. Are you really going to create any change? Are you really going to make things better?
It's more like denial. You're creating denial for yourself.
Yeah, it's one thing to find a community that supports you, but the whole point of that is to find strength so you can, in numbers, approach the opposing side and be like, hey, look, let's talk this out. Why is there such a divide? Why is there such a gulf? Where can I clarify for you what you don't understand? And it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard work, isn't it?
Super hard work.
I'm not saying it's easy, but nothing worth fighting for is easy.
Yeah. That's why it's a fight. You gotta fight for it.
You cannot have peace without war.
I love the
Peace
example of the
yeah.
movie. I hadn't seen it before. It was because it fits in with my beliefs as far as like when we have to confront our demons, we go after them, but you can't fight in their world. You can't fight in the demon's world. It's going to be negative. You have to bring the demon into you. Yeah, you have to bring the demon into your world and show him that you're peaceful, that you don't mean harm to him, and that you want to be friends.
Were you thinking of someone just now?
Just general, the devil.
Being homies with the devil. Yeah. And so I found the movie to be deeply spiritual, and it got me thinking about all these different things. And it actually was kind of validating because, as like our family, our group does, like, as opposed to just shoving a message down people's throats about, how you can live your life better, I think we just kind of live our life and just invite people to come in and see. And oftentimes people want to like be a part of it just by seeing it.
Absolutely.
Just by being a part of it.
Yep.
Like I see that at the house where like the way all the moms just, they run the school, the academy, the home, basically the homeschool academy that we have going at my family's house. Again, you can do whatever you want, public school, private school, homeschooling, whatever it is, but it's as long as it works for your child. So we find that for a lot of the children in our household, this works. This works for them. And they have a lot of hands-on help, and they're getting a lot of attention, and they get to explore all these different things. And you know, a lot of kids like do not function well in a regular school environment. But it's one of those things that can't be told. You just have to experience it.
Yeah.
But we're more than happy to show people, like, hey, you can. This is just another way. You can take it for what it is, and people are more than happy to actually come and observe. So for some people, it's not for them. For others, it's just like, this is perfect for my kid. But it comes from like that warmth of just inviting people, like, hey, just this is another way you can see. All with love.
All with love.
Always. So that's all. I know that's a lot of thoughts that I had from one movie.
No, that was great. You really broke it down very nicely for me, because yeah, I mean, I got it. You were kind of saying it along the way during the movie, and I was kind of getting it.
Yeah.
But now you said it much better. I really appreciate it.
This
was better than the movie. This was way better than the movie.
I won't say that. I would definitely still say, I would still recommend you to watch the movie again.
Maybe I'll try it again.
Quiet.
Yeah, by myself.
By yourself.
I'll watch a movie.
Yeah, focus on it. Read it, like, put on subtitles. Sometimes, like, especially with older movies.
I really like subtitles.
The audio sometimes gets messed up. I like to watch movies with subtitles. A, because I don't miss anything. And B, because even as young as I am, I'm hard of hearing. So I appreciate seeing the subtitles.
I like the subtitles too.
Yeah. If you can, you should add subtitles to this.
I could do that actually. Yeah.
Could you? Oh.
Yeah, it's very easy.
We should start that. Just for my benefit, not for anyone else's.
Okay. There's also a setting on YouTube. You can it adds subtitles.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not.
A little off.
It's a little off
sometimes.
It's a little bit.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty interesting. It's good like 85% of the time, I would say. Yeah. In English.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was my thoughts about the movie. I recommend you guys watching it. If you're not too squeamish, there is some violent imagery on there, so definitely don't watch it with kids, or you know, don't be in like a sad mood when you watch it either.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that either. But if you're feeling up for it, I would recommend The Cell, and give it a shot. I feel like it was just ahead of its time, really.
I feel, yeah.
Sure.
Way ahead of its time.
It was way ahead of its time. I totally understand why it didn't do as well at the time. People were like, it's weird and just disjointed and trying to be too high concept. I'm like, yeah.
You guys just don't get
you
it.
You're
so patient, Angela. You're so patient.
Is that a virtue?
Here you are 20 years later holding on to The Cell.
Exactly. But I got you to watch it.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this for a couple months now, and you finally
I'm hard to get down to watch movies. I don't like watching bad movies. So if you invite me to watch a movie and I see the preview for it and it looks bad, I'm gonna avoid you.
Is this why you still won't watch The Room?
Oh dear.
So my brother-in-law and I are really obsessed with The Room, which, I'm sure if you've heard, has been titled the best worst movie ever, and it really lives up to this name. It's created by this one man, Tommy Wiseau, who wrote, stars, and directed this movie, which is absolutely everything that you shouldn't do in a movie is done in this movie. But it's so sincerely done that even though it seems like a parody, you know it's not, and it's just so badly done that it's kind of awesome. Like everything about it is horrendous. Just the writing, the acting, just the storyline. It's preposterous. It makes no sense, but it's almost perfectly badly done.
Yeah. There's something about that I do appreciate, which is a belief that I have within myself that everybody has something to create.
Yeah.
And everybody has an audience for that creation, no matter what it is. And so
it has its own cult following.
I understand.
Yeah, it was so legendary that there was a movie created about the making of that movie called The Disaster Artist, based on the novel by Greg Sestero, who was the friend and also the co-star of Tommy Wiseau in that movie. So they bought the rights. I think Seth Rogen and James Franco and Dave Franco, they're all in it.
And Liam loves it. He's all about it.
Liam loves it. It was his movie. He introduced it to me.
And now you love it.
When I watched it, I was cursing at him. I'm like, what is this? But then when I watched the whole thing.
You came around to it?
When I watched the whole thing, and I was just like, that was beautiful. That was so bad that I actually, it's a deep, you really spiritually level up when you watch that movie, I feel. Yeah.
As far as like your patience and love for your friend
yeah.
and watching a terrible movie?
Yeah,
okay.
like it's so high concept. It's just like, wow, it's an exercise in watching this piece of art, that someone created, and it's like you get a glimpse into the mind of this person. You're like, wow, this person is like, if an alien were to come and create a movie about human behavior, that's what it would look like, because it has no real resemblance on what real people would do or feel or say.
I'm intrigued now with that.
But it's done
with that idea
so wonderfully. Yeah. And to have a complete lack of self-awareness.
All right.
It's actually quite great.
Well, don't tell Liam I'm rethinking watching the
Why?
movie.
It would make him so happy.
I know, but just don't. I'll tell him when I'm ready.
When will you be ready? There's no better time than now. No regrets.
I would prefer to not at the moment.
Bravery is a choice.
I'm not ready yet.
Bravery is a choice, Jay. Just take the plunge.
Steps. Baby steps. I already saw The Cell. This is getting me a little bit closer to... I need a break, a bad movie break.
Okay, first of all, The Cell is not bad. I just talked about how it's good. It's not.
Okay, yeah.
You just have to watch.
I'm sorry.
It is not.
No, it was a good movie.
Yeah, he just says that to get me riled up. It's the last time I recommend any movies to you.
No, please.
No.
All right, I'll choose the next one, but then after that, you go.
Okay, what's the next one then?
I haven't thought about it.
Okay, fine.
Maybe it's gonna be The Room. Don't tell Liam.
He would just die of happiness.
We might just do that next movie night at my house. The Room.
Oh my God, that would be the best. That would be the best thing ever, and everyone would hate you. But it is great. Just invite everyone that you have a vendetta against.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a small group.
Oh, but there is a group though. So you're telling me there is somebody on that list. Who wronged you? Who's hurt you, Jay?
I can't think of anybody at the moment. I might make Sal watch it, but he'd probably like it.
Sal
he loves bad movies.
Yeah.
He loves bad movies.
Yeah.
So.
Like ironically so? Or
no,
he just likes movies?
It just so happens that he likes movies I don't like, and
Oh.
I consider those the bad ones. And the ones that I like, those are the good ones.
Well, this will split
Very biased.
This will split the difference because it is a bad movie. It is like irrefutably a bad movie.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like it's like the spiritual utility of harnessing your shadow. Yeah, this is such a bad movie, but you see what the good inside of you in comparison to what this movie represents.
Oh, okay. It's a feel good.
Yeah, it's a feel good. It makes you feel really good about
All
yourself.
right. Great.
Yeah,
Something to look forward to.
I think so. I think it's
As you watch the worst movie ever.
the best worst movie.
The best worst movie, yes.
Yeah, if you're going to be a bad movie, be the best at being about being the worst.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair advice. If you take anything out of today's show.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can't run to the top, run fastest to the bottom.
All right.
Yeah. At least you'll get a good story. And this
At least you'll get a good story.
And isn't this all about storytelling?
It's
Isn't
all
this
about storytelling.
This entire podcast / vlog, I still don't know what to call this, but isn't the entire raison d'etre of this thing about telling our stories?
It is. We'll get to it eventually. One day we'll get to it. This is part of it, though.
This is a part of it. These are snippets of stories.
Snippets, yeah.
Yeah, if I were to sit here and actually tell my entire story to you, we would never be done, and you would be
No.
so bored.
Yeah.
It has to be in the moment.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. We tried it. It doesn't work. It's not a good way to do things.
No, it's not.
It's not a good way to do The better way to do things is just to talk about what we want to talk about, and when it comes up, share a personal story.
Exactly. I prefer that much more. And if someone has a specific question, go ahead and ask it. Ask it in the comments. We'd be more than happy to answer. I don't know if you've read any or if you've seen any. Have
Comments?
you seen any? Yeah.
I haven't looked.
Yeah, because no one's watching.
Yeah, 'cause nobody's watching. I would know. I would think I would get an email or something if somebody
because
commented.
this is done very low key and intentionally so. This is really just for our benefit.
One day, people will see it. One day.
I doubt it. Part of me is almost hoping not to, but that's just because something greater is on the horizon.
Could you imagine if there was like a catastrophic accident that wiped out all of YouTube videos except for ours?
Oh my God! Woe to the survivors and anyone with a Wi-Fi connection.
And that's all there is on a loop, just us.
Welcome to my life. That's I'm stuck with me all the time, so I'm okay with it. I don't imagine everyone else in the world would be okay with it.
Okay.
But going back to Jade's lesson, I am wonderful. I am amazing. I'm lovely. I'm fun to be around.
You are fun to be around.
Oh, thanks. Please.
And lovely and all those other things.
Oh, no, stop. See, I'm really bad at this. I can't do it. I can't do it. It makes me cringe.
We'll get better at it.
We will.
Eventually, we get past the cringe. And we'll start every podcast by, let me tell you about how great I am. And go on from there.
Let's see how long that lasts. How about we end it that way?
Okay.
Okay, go. You first.
Let me tell you about how great I am.
Oh man, you totally sold it. You were totally convincing.
I've been working on it.
I like this lighting. It looks so good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, just like glowing, like angels.
Like angels. We are angels. Pretending to be humans.
Yes.
Yes?
I was thinking about that. I'm like, angels, demons, humans.
Words.
They're just words.
Stop attaching me to your words, dude.
Stop trying to box me in. Stop limiting me to one thing. I'm all of those things. Deeply human. I am angelic. And if you get on my bad side,
You're gonna see the
I'm
demons.
the worst. I'm the worst. I'm worse than the devil. Let me tell you.
The devil is afraid. The devil really is afraid of us.
Yeah, the devil is afraid. The devil should be afraid.
He plays the role of being afraid.
Yeah.
Really, he's just waiting
Because
patiently.
he's always hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a bitch move.
Who else can play that character? He's the best.
Only the devil can. I'm kidding. The devil and me are homies. Oh, we shouldn't be saying that though.
Why?
Well, it's still recording. But you'll cut this part out.
Why can't you say that you and the devil are homies?
Because apparently
because you'll be called Satanist.
You'll
and
be
all
called
that
Satanist, and then they'll cancel you off YouTube.
stuff. For real?
Didn't they cancel you the last time you were talking about that?
That's true. You think it was about that?
I
thought it was a
absolutely-
mistake.
I absolutely believe that.
Jeez.
But you were delivering a spiritual lesson. And it's basically about harnessing your shadow, etc., being aware of it, being aware of all the pitfalls of your humanity.
YouTube doesn't like awareness about your pitfalls.
I don't think media likes awareness. I actually like more canvases behind us.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like the look of it. It looks.
It's dope. I even like this one off to the side over here.
Oh, the one that I painted?
You did that?
I did.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Look at this.
It looks better on camera. It's a Monet. From far away, it's okay, but close up, it's a hot mess.
That looks pretty amazing.
Thank you.
It looks
we
like
did
something.
that during the painting thing in the office. We had a lady come in and show us how to do that. So, yeah, that was my first time. My first time working with oil on canvas. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate how colorful it is. That's actually kind of what I'm planning, like the color scheme I'm planning for my birthday.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I've told you
Coming
about
up,
this, right?
coming up, yeah.
The Love and Leo Festival.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
I'm super excited about the paints.
What do you want me to donate
To
to the activities?
You can donate either time or money. time and effort or money.
What do you prefer? I have all of it. I live in abundance. I have time and money.
Oh my god!
Not that many people can say that.
Paula!
I have it all.
You do have it all. Yeah, you do. I don't mind. Whatever you can.
Okay.
All of it.
All of it. Give me all you got.
Give me all you got. I won't turn it away.
All right.
Yeah, because there's like, and I'm probably gonna make. I was thinking about this, like in terms of even food. I'm like, I'll probably make it a barbecue potluck. Like people can bring foods. Like I want it to be like more than just a birthday. I want it to be a celebration.
A celebration
of life. Yeah.
Oh, you feel it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's celebrate.
Oh, life. Sweet, sweet life.
Sweet, sweet life.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
totally.
yeah.
I really wanted to
in.
make this an excuse just to have a great party. And it's not so much about me, it's about making the memories. Because I oftentimes think about death, and I mean that in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
I think about death and about how it exists to make you appreciate the present, appreciate the now, right?
Mm.
And I don't see it as an end. I'm one of those people who sees it as just it's just another part of life. Death, and then you kind of reset, and then you kind of contractually choose what you want to do the next lifetime, and then you go do that thing.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I see it as the best part.
Yeah, it's more like
It's the thing
finally.
It's the thing that gives your life value, I feel.
Yeah,
Without
it
it just kind of draws on.
Yeah, with no stakes and no like. Sometimes you need a real significant marker to be like, yeah, I need to get some. It's like a deadline. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just like an alert. It's a galactical text alert. Be like, hey, 10 minutes. 10 minutes before you start your next thing. That's all. And that's why I wanted to my birthday, because I normally think of my birthday as like a tiresome thing. Like it takes too much effort, and I'm trying to like host people, and yeah, it can be tiring. But I'm like, but what if I get everyone to donate what I want, and not about gifts, but just donating your time and your effort, and just create something awesome? Wouldn't that be better?
Amazing.
Like a mini Burning Man, but not
I'm
in
all
the
about it. I love
effing
it.
desert, and not dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just do it in the big house.
Let's just do it in a nice, comfy, big house. Yeah. Like,
Because
because
we have a nice, comfy big house.
yeah. Why do I need to suffer to
Makes
celebrate
sense.
something? Exactly.
It's very practical.
Yeah. Do you have festival? You have like shaman gear. Wear your shaman gear.
You want me to wear shaman gear?
I'm gonna ask people to wear like festival or like joyous gear.
I'll whip out my shaman gear. Why
Yeah.
not? That'll make it easy for me. I don't like wearing clothes decisions. So if you have already made that decision for me, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Boom,
This is
done.
a theme.
I don't like thinking about it.
Yeah, I want to tell people what I want, because people are not mind readers, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Angela, I'm not a freaking mind reader. And
Yeah.
look how simple it was. Wear a shaman costume. I'm like, all right.
Dope. Exactly. I want to tell people what I want. And I don't know why it took me so long to be comfortable to do that. Because I was always afraid, like, maybe they don't have it. Well, then I'll just do
right.
whatever. Then you're just going to do whatever, but I'm still going to tell you what I want. It took me a long time to get to that point.
What a valuable lesson.
Wow. Yeah, no, absolutely. And it turns out that when I come up with ideas, people actually
Go
like them.
figure. You say what you want, and then you get what you want. This world is so complex.
Tell me
I don't think we
more.
can figure this thing out.
Tell me more about how this works. Yeah, I need to get this on camera, and I just want it to be joyous. And I realize this is it's the real fountain of youth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want my birthday to be joyously ridiculous, and that's how I am gonna live forever.
Do you want to record this event?
I would love parts of it to be recorded. Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Maybe I'll ask Johnny. Johnny's gonna be doing so many things that day, but it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm gonna ask different people. Liam's good at this too, so Liam and Johnny on their
Do video stuff?
fancy schmancy phone to do some high quality videos on it. Yeah, I want to capture the moment.
Totally.
And I want to do something that both kids and adults can enjoy.
Yeah.
Hence the ginormous balloon room. Hence the pouring art. I was looking into a bubble machine.
And this is just the beginning, right? You want to share a lot more of your life according to our conversation last week.
Do I? Well, when I get the energy to do it. But yeah, for this is the time, at least for my birthday. It's a great excuse. It's a great like device within which I can get people together and do silly things and make great memories.
Yeah.
And have them dress up in funny costumes.
It's sweet.
Yeah. I say funny, but it's actually, to me, it's beautiful.
It's funny. It's funny.
Funny, like festival kind of gear, yeah. Any festival you want. If your reference point is EDC, you know, or if it's Coachella, or if it's Burning Man, or just like medicine, shamany kind of gear, by all means, it's all welcome.
I love it.
Yeah, I just
I'm
have to ask
honored
people
to be a part of it.
to not be naked, not because I detest nakedness. I'm sorry. Was that your second act? Or did I put a damper on your style?
All right.
Yeah.
No nakedness.
Not because I'm offended by it, but it's my birthday, and it's not fair if anyone else is in their birthday suit. Get it? So.
It's not fair.
No.
Okay.
It takes. I think it retracts the attention.
I think it's good to have a day of fairness in your honor.
Thank you. I have a feeling that Sal will volunteer to come naked, and I will not have had asked him.
We'll see. We'll see.
Remember when we were talking about like doing naked art, like doing
yeah.
life drawing, and he volunteered
He
to
volunteered,
be
he did.
the model, and we didn't ask him,
Yeah.
and we're like, we're good.
We're good. Thanks.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. We'll keep it in mind.
We'll keep it in. Leave your resume in the box over there, and don't call us. We'll call
what
you.
box? That one. Where there?
No, the one, the trash can. Yeah, the trash can. Put it there. Oh, that was good stuff. The thing was on the entire time. That's its own thing.
That is its own thing.
It is its own thing. Oh, well, what are you going to do for your birthday, since we're on this?
My birthday, it's still so far away. I would like to go camping, but we're already doing it for Sal's birthday.
So?
I want to do the Grand Canyon, dude. I've never done it. The last time I went to the Grand Canyon, I was so impressed of how huge that hole is. I couldn't believe it. I was very impressed. Tell your friends, ladies, I like big holes.
Okay, well, we'll take
I'm not sure if I'm going to get any calls on that one, but never know.
Your phone may explode. The internet
yeah.
responds in weird ways.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to be
Well,
more
we can go to the Grand Canyon. Why not?
Yeah.
And there's just because one person has like a nature theme. No, we should be in nature more.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Don't let that derail you, my friend. Don't let Sal.
I want to do a Grand Canyon
of all
trip.
People. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Sal. F you. Don't let Sal take.
This is in
thunder.
June. Mine's in September. There's plenty of time
Yes.
to get back into the city of things.
Sal, I'm kidding. I love you, but F you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could still do the Grand Canyon. I've never been.
You've never been?
I've never been.
I've never camped there, but I did smoke DMT once there. True story.
And what happened? Pray tell.
I was just so impressed
Did you see
already.
aliens?
No, I mean, kind of. I found it. It was more about the experience. It wasn't about the DMT. But I created this moment for myself with me and my friend Danny. I didn't know anything about the Grand Canyon, but before we got there, I said to him, I want to find like a secret spot where there aren't that many people. And he was like, oh, it's going to be hard. There's a lot of people. And I was just quietly into myself. I was like, shut up.
Shut up. I'm going to find it.
And we did. We found the best spot. Not even 30 minutes after getting there, we found a secret spot. Nobody could see us anywhere.
Oh, I'm glad that you found the spot and that you didn't have to just kill people to have a personal spot.
Yeah, there was this kid though that after he discovered our spot, and he was walking dangerously close to the edge, and he was very cocky, very cocky.
Wow.
And I was
serious.
like, whoa, man.
How young was this kid? And why was he being unchaperoned?
He was like a 20-year-old kid. Yeah.
A grown man, but really still a kid.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my experience at the Grand Canyon. And since that moment, I vowed to return and camp there because you can see down, and there's like
remember the spot
a river.
though? The specific spot.
How
long ago was
sure
this?
This was 3 years ago.
Oh.
I'm confident I can find the spot.
Okay.
I'm confident I
Let's
can find the
do
spot.
it.
And that's at the top. I want to camp at the bottom. So it's like days of activities.
Is it near water?
Yeah, there's a river.
Oh, snap.
There's a rip. You can see it looks like this big from the top. It looks like it's not even a thing.
Yeah.
That's how huge that thing is.
Big hole.
Big hole. So yeah.
Big gaping hole in hot Mother Earth.
Perhaps for my birthday we'll do that.
Perhaps. Maybe. Let's manifest it.
Let's manifest
We
it.
just gotta do some camping. I don't mind camping as long as other people have planned it.
Yeah. I'll plan it well. I'll plan it well and make sure that we have all the right equipment.
Okay, yeah. I'm down. I'm always down to be in nature. I'm not in nature. Well, now that I'm working at home and I work in my backyard a lot, I love being surrounded by all the foliage and all the green. It's really done wonders for me.
Foliage.
Yeah, no, I really feel like it's made me healthier. Did I tell you Alicia had a dream about me? She dreamt about me like being like in a forest or some meadow or something and just like twirling around happily. And the message she got from the dream was Angela just needs to be in nature more. It's very healing.
Yeah.
She's healing through it. And I'm like, that's so true.
Makes sense. And you just blend right in. You just flow right in.
I do.
That's right, universe.
That's right.
I listen. I don't take you for granted.
I got the message loud and clear. No, absolutely. That's why I used to go hiking all the time. I love hiking. Just SoCal doesn't have as nice hiking, I feel,
As North Cal.
NorCal. Yeah, because you have like all the redwoods and all it's the valleys. It's a little woodier up there, so I kind of like it more. Not to say that there isn't anywhere to hike up here, but it's not. I feel like it's just more.
It's not as woodsy.
Not as woodsy. Yeah.
It's down to woodsy here, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We're more about beaches here, I think. Although North Cal has great beaches.
NorCal's great. I would say the beaches down here are better though. But I just wasn't a huge beach person. If I had to choose, I love both. But if I had to choose, I would pick forest over beaches. Laguna.
Is it because you don't want to get sucked up by the ocean?
I have a healthy respect for the ocean. I really do. Yeah. It's not to be tampered with, not to be messed with. I knew someone who like got pulled out by one of those like riptides and drowned because of it. It's not something you mess with.
Yeah.
I've known, or several people, or known people who knew people who got like just hit by a wave and pulled away and just found days later. It's scary, honestly. Well, that's a downer. But,
all right, let's leave on the downer.
no. But like nature, when you're not testing it, when you have respect for it, I think it's the best thing.
It's the best.
Is best. So yeah, let's do. If we don't do the Grand Canyon, still go out in nature. Okay, the Grand Canyon are first. If we can't do that? What's your second?
Activity to do for my birthday?
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
I would just do chilling at home, maybe mushrooms or something. I'm very simple.
You're a simple man. You're a simple man with powerful tastes. And I'm there.
Perfect. I know I can count on you.
Yeah, I'm reliable. I'm nothing if not reliable. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I like it.
All right.
Cheers to us.
Cheers.
And to life.
Cheers to life.
To life.